Hey guys, how are you doing? And in this episode, we are going to see how to read and understand the battery graph in an iPhone. If you have recently bought an iPhone, when you navigate to settings, battery section, you can see the battery graph that shows the past 24 hours overall battery performance, and the green graph shows the battery level that it was started after you charged to certain percentage and your continuous usage. Based on that, how much it reduced. And whenever you charge, the green bar from 0 to 100% shows that you were charging the iPhone, and below that you can see the activity section, and below that you can see the screen on time and the screen off time usage. If there is any background usage happened, then that will be shown as screen off time. So below that activity app section, you can see when you tap on any single app, you can see the total amount of background app usage, how many minutes or hours the on-screen and off-screen time have happened. In this episode, I'm going to share some user graphs, that I have collected from my audience. So based on that, I'm going to suggest which battery performance is stable and which has some problems, and they need to try some troubleshooting steps that we have suggested in some of our episodes. And before seeing the graph, it is important to know the reasons for fast battery drain. If you use the camera app continuously for video recording or photo shooting, for streaming videos from internet, either Netflix, Prime or YouTube application, and if you play games, GPS or maps usage, and especially in low signal usage, if you use the internet, the battery drain will be a bit faster. And if you use any HDR content playback, either from YouTube or the downloaded content or the content that you have shot using your camera, then your battery drain will be a bit faster. Trust me, it is not definitely that complicated to maintain your iPhone battery. And I'll leave a link to a couple of videos in the description and in the first comment to refer them. And here in the first user graph, you can see from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. the user were not using the phone, it seems, and the idle battery drain is perfectly all right, like around 4 to 5% that the user may have seen the battery reduce till 9 a.m. And after that, when he started using, as per the activity graph, the spike clearly shows that he was continuously using. The dark blue color shows that it was an on-screen time, and the light blue in the activity graph shows it is an off-screen time, the background app usage. So depending on the app, the battery drain is kind of justified. And in the next graph, you can see from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. around, you can see the usage was quite continuous, and in between the user have charged a little bit. It is absolutely not a problem. He charged around 40 to 30%, I believe. And from around 11 p.m. till morning 6 a.m., you can see the idle battery drain graph is also perfectly normal. Up to 8% is totally normal. Don't worry about that. If there is any mobile network search, obviously it will consume little extra battery, and based on the notifications you receive from the applications and the background apps processing, it normally takes a certain percentage. And based on the app usage, you can see, as I said before, camera application does consume a little more battery, and the battery graph gradually reduced from the daytime that he was using the phone. And I think in this graph the user must have turned off the phone, so that's why we are seeing the blank during that specific time. And morning around 6 a.m. I believe it just shows in 24 hours clock, I think. So from 6 a.m. you can see based on his usage, which is very moderate, the battery started to reduce and it reached up to 50% by the end of the day. That is absolutely normal. Some people feel that the battery draining faster without understanding the battery graph. If by the end of the day you are left with 50% battery or 30% battery, it is absolutely normal. For a little bit above average usage, we will have around 20% usage where we need to charge our iPhone. That is the sweet spot which I normally follow to charge my iPhone. And in this graph also, you can see throughout the night he charged, and from 9 o'clock he started using it continuously. The activity graph clearly shows that the screen on time is quite strong, and the battery reduce is very gradual, and it is absolutely normal. In between, you can of course charge whenever you want. And the next graph is going to be mine, my iPhone 14 Plus. I have to use Instagram and several other social media applications continuously in between the day for sharing contents and for replying to the questions. So here you can see the screen off time is 55 minutes around, and then the screen on time is 4 hours 30 minutes, and the battery last charged percentage is 56% because I had to charge it in between when it reached around 30%. And from yesterday 12 p.m. till 9 a.m., the next day, you can see the battery graph reduce is very gradual based on my usage, and the idle battery time between the 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. also very normal. And another important thing is apps like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube does consume plenty of battery power these days, as they are not fully optimized for iOS 16 is what I understood. So as soon as the update comes in, upcoming months, then we may see some improvement with the battery performance while using the social media applications. And I normally get around 1.5 days with my iPhone 14 Plus being the new iPhone. And to measure your iPhone battery graph, the draining problem correctly, you need to charge 80% or 100% in the morning, and you need to start using throughout the day. By the end of the day, if it reached, as I said earlier, 30% or 20%, then you don't have to worry about the battery drain problem. It is absolutely normal. It is not because of the iOS 16 or any other software related issues. By the end of the day, or whenever it reaches 20%, you can of course charge. The objective is to not let the battery drain frequently. That will affect the battery health performance. I hope this video gave you a pretty good insight and understanding about how to read and understand the battery graph in iPhone. If you have any questions related to battery or anything related to iPhone, iPad, and Mac related tips and tricks, don't forget to search our channel with one word. And for more useful iPhone related tips and videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you and have a wonderful day.